Hello children, welcome back to the digital classes. I hope you are all doing well. You might all be excited to learn some interesting concepts in this session in our mathematics subject. So children, before we start our session, let us revise some of the concepts already you have learned in our previous session. Do you know what is meant by data? Yes, data is nothing but the information which is gathered in the form of some numbers or words which is actually helpful in making decisions or some conclusions. Okay. That is, say in your school the data collected, that is midday meals count or maybe the attendance taken, that becomes data, that is the information which is gathered. Okay, children. Now, what are the three representative values that you have learned, children? You are right once again. Mean, mode and median are the three representative values. Then what is meant by mean of the data? Yes, arithmetic mean or simply mean is nothing but the sum of all observations divided by the number of observations. What is meant by mode of the data? So, mode is nothing but the observation which repeats more number of times or more frequently, that is called the mode of the data. And finally, what is median of the data? So, median is the middlemost observation when entire observations are arranged in either ascending or descending order. Take a look at the images shown on your screen. Have you seen such type of images anywhere in your daily life? Yes, you might have seen these images maybe in a TV or even in newspaper. Do you know how to draw these images or these graphs? Not a problem. So, we are going to learn to draw these images in our topic presentation of data. So, at the end of this session, you will learn drawing the bar graphs, drawing double bar graphs and also constructing pie charts. Take a look at the school. Yes, it is lunch hour. Now, during lunch hour, what do you see, children, in your school daily? Yes, all the students will be sitting in a proper order and they might be having their lunch, right. Now, in every school in the afternoon, government is providing midday meal scheme. Do you know that, children? Yes, you might be aware of it. And did you notice any time the menu for the midday meal scheme on your notice board in your school? No? So, if at all you have not seen, just take a look at the notice board when you go to your school. Okay, children. So, the midday meals menu will be as shown on your screen: rice 150 grams, pulses 30 grams, vegetables 75 grams, oils or fat is 7.5 grams. This is the menu which every school is going to provide for the children. Okay? Per child they have to serve this. For our calculation purpose, a little bit modifications are done in this. Let us see what are the modifications I have done. So, instead of 75 grams, I have taken vegetables 80 grams and oils and fats, I took it as 10 grams instead of 7.5 grams. Okay, children. So, in this session, we are going to now present this data in the form of graphs. That is, it can be drawn using bar graph or it can be drawn using pie chart. So, first we will draw a bar graph for the information shown on your screen. Okay, children. Let us start. Now, for this, the first thing you need to have is a graph paper. Then, the first step, we are going to draw two perpendicular lines, one along the horizontal line, whereas one along the vertical line. The horizontal line is called the x axis and the vertical line is called the y axis. In our next step, we are going to denote or mark quantity on y axis, whereas the item on the x axis. So, here what are the items, children? Yes, that is rice, pulses, vegetables, oils, these are all the items which we are going to mark on x axis. Okay, children. Now, in our third step, we are going to take a suitable scale on y axis. Now, why we have to take a scale? If you notice, children, here we have 150 grams. Now, I cannot take each and every centimeter. So, this distance from here to here is 1 centimeter or from here to here it is 1 centimeter. I cannot take each centimeter as 1 gram. If I take like that, I need 150. So, I cannot accommodate this 150 on a paper. So, that is the reason we select a suitable scale. Okay. Now, let us see what is the suitable scale that we are going to take. We are going to take 1 centimeter as 20 grams. That means, from this part to this part, it is 20 grams. So, that you need to mention on the graph. It is compulsory, children. See, 1 centimeter is 20 grams. So, this is the scale on y axis. So, you need to write it on the graph paper. Okay, children. So, that is, you can see here 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140 and 160. So, we started with 20 because this point is 0, okay, the starting point. From here 20, 20 we are going to increase till we get 160 because our maximum value is 150. So, if you have 160, that is more than enough. Okay, children, right. So, in the next step, we are going to find the heights of the bars. So, in the bar graphs, we are going to represent bars on this graph sheet. So, we will calculate the height of the bar. Let us see how we calculate the heights. Since the scale is 1 centimeter is 20 grams, we divide 150 grams with 20. So, we get 7.5. In the next case, 30 divided by 20, we get 1.5, 80 divided by 20, that is 4, and 10 divided by 20, we get 0.5. So, these are the corresponding heights of these items. Okay, children. Now, in the next step, we are going to draw vertical bars, or even you can draw even horizontal bars also. Okay, children. So, here we are going to draw vertical bars with same width on x axis. This is very important, children. The width should be same for each and every bar. Now, let us draw. For rice, it is 150 grams. See, so you can directly take 150 grams. It is in between 140 and 150. Directly you can take, or the height we have seen already. What is the height, children? We have divided 150 with 20. We got 7.5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and half. So, you can use height, or directly you can take this the quantity and draw the bar. How many grams are there for pulses, children? Yes, 30 grams. So, let us draw a bar on pulses also. Then vegetables, it is 80 grams. So, we will draw another bar on vegetables on x axis, and finally, oils only 10 grams. So, we have drawn for 10 grams. But take a look at this graph, children. It is not looking so attractive, right? So, what we are going to do? Yes, we need to fill with some colors so that it looks very attractive. Okay, children. Let us fill with some color. So, rice I am filling with blue, and pulses I am filling with yellow, vegetables green, and oils gray. So, it is not important that you need to fill with these colors only, children. Whichever colors you like, you can fill with that. Now, isn't it looking very attractive, children? Of course, right. So, I want you all to fill with different colors with in the bars. Okay, children. So, this is how we represent bar graph. I hope you understood the concept, children. Not only these vertical bars, even you can draw horizontal bars also. So, the bars will be on y axis like this. Okay, children. So, children, we have learnt how to draw a bar graph. Now, let us see how to draw a double bar graph. Let us see. So, the marks in mathematics and science test of some 5 students of class 7 is given. Okay, you can notice on the table the marks scored by 5 students is given to us. Now, we are going to draw a bar graph for this data. So, let us start. So, as usual, the first step is what? You are going to draw a horizontal line and a vertical line and mark them as x and y axis respectively. We are going to next take the names on x axis. So, whatever the names are there, so I am writing it on x axis. You can see, children, yes, Vijay, Srinivas, so on, right. Then the marks has to be represented on y axis, that is mathematics and science. So, together it is not crossing 100, right. So, maximum is 90. So, I am going to represent these marks on y axis. Okay, children. Now, in the next step, we are going to select a suitable scale. So, that means again how much should be 1 centimeter from here to here. So, I have taken 1 centimeter as 10 marks. So, that you need to represent it on the graph. So, 1 centimeter is 10 marks. Now, let us mark 10, 20, 30, so on we are going to mark till, yes, we are going to take till 100, okay, because we need up to 90 only, but maximum marks are 100. So, we are taking up to 100. In the next step, we are going to draw bars now, both mathematics marks as well as science marks, and we are going to draw side by side of each and every student. So, let us take Vijay's case. So, Vijay got how many marks, children? In maths 75, and in science he got 88. Now, let us draw bars for mathematics. So, 75, and beside that science 88. Now, let us draw for Srinivas. Mathematics is 70 and science 65. For Kumar, it is 19 mathematics and 82 in science. Swapna 60 mathematics and 56 science. Then Swati 40 maths and 45 science. Now, children, I already told you to make it more attractive. So, what we are going to do? You are right. We are going to fill with some colors here. Okay. Now, let us color mathematics with blue. So, which means each and every student's mathematics mark should be colored with same thing. That is, since you have colored with blue, so blue for every student in mathematics. Okay, children. Then for science, I am marking green. So, for science, for every student it should be green only. Now, at the end there is one more important thing. Now, out of blue and green, which is maths and which is science, children? So, if somebody comes and see this graph, he should be able to identify, right. So, we are going to mark this part. This is most important. So, this shows this blue is for mathematics and green is for science. Now, see, your double bar graph is looking very attractive with beautiful colors over it, right, children. So, this is how we draw a double bar graph. Okay, children. We will move on to our next one, that is drawing the pie chart. Let us come back to our school. Yeah, already we have seen the midday meals program, right, and the menu also on, say it will be there on your notice board. Now, let us draw the pie chart for the same data. So, pie chart actually consists of a circle which is divided into sectors. Okay, children. So, pie chart basically consists of sectors, and what is the angle at the center of the circle, children? Yes, it is 360 degrees. That means exactly at this point, if you notice this is the center, the angle at the center, that is this complete angle is 360 degrees. And the angle of sector is calculated by the formula value of the item by total value of the items into 360 degrees. Now, let us start calculating the angles. So, angle of sector for rice, that is weight of the item divided by total weight into 360. So, weight of the item is 150 divided by 270, that is the total weight, into 360. So, cancelling these all or simplifying all these things, you get 200 degrees. Next, 30 by total value, that is 270 into 360, again on simplification you get 40 degrees. Vegetables 80 by 270 into 360. On simplification, you get 170 degrees. Finally, for oils, it is 10 by 270 into 360. On simplification, you get it as 13 degrees. So, you got all the angles for rice, pulses, vegetables and oils, children. Now, here the most important thing is we need to find the sum of all these angles, children. Let us see how much you got. So, 200, 240 plus 107, that is 347 plus 13, 360. That means the total of all the angles, that is these are the angles of sector, right. Sum of all these angles should be 360. Suppose if you do not get this value as 360, that means you have done some simplification mistake over here. So, you need to recheck. Okay, children. So, once you have calculated the angle, always find out sum of all these angles and see that it is 360 degrees. Now, let us start drawing the pie chart. So, for that, the first and important step is draw a circle, and to draw the circle you can take any radius, okay, children, and mark the center as O. In the second step, we will take any point on its circumference. So, I marked it as A. Now, join OA. So, what is actually OA, children, here? Yes, it is the radius of the circle, isn't it? Now, what we are going to do? Yes, the first angle is 200 degrees children here. So, to mark 200 degrees it is difficult. So, what we do is we skip this, and I will tell you why we are skipping this also, and we are going to draw 40 degrees first. Okay. So, to draw the angle, so which instrument you are going to use children? That is right, we are going to use a protractor. Okay. So, we are going to construct angle of sector for pulses which is 40 degrees, and that can be drawn using this protractor. So, for this what we are going to do children? Yes, we have taken a protractor, placed exactly the center of the protractor on this center of the circle O, and this horizontal line is coinciding with OA. Okay. Now, mark 40 degrees children. Yes, here is 40 degrees, right, we have marked it. Then what we are going to do? Yes, we are going to join that point with O and mark that point as B. And what is the angle children? Yes, we marked it as 40 degrees. AOB, this part is the sector with angle 40. So, this area represents pulses. So, write down pulses. Again children, if you notice, it is not looking that attractive, right. Again we are going to color it. Yes, I am going to color. Now, in the next step, we are going to draw an angle of 107 degrees for vegetables. So, your next is vegetables 107 degrees, right children. So, for 107 degrees we are going to draw another sector. Okay. Now, place the protractor exactly on OB, the horizontal line should coincide with OB, and the center of the protractor should coincide with the center of the circle. Okay children. Now, mark 107 degrees. Yes, here you can see it is 107 degrees. Okay children. Then what we are going to do? Yes, we are going to join that point on the circumference, and we are going to mark that point as C. Okay children. Then what is that region children? Yes, that is vegetables, and we color it and mark the angles as 107 degrees. So, we will move on to our next angle, that is angle of sector as 13 degrees for oils. So, let us draw that. We repeat the same process, place the protractor on OC, that is the horizontal line should coincide with OC, and center of protractor should be on center of circle, and mark the point. Then join the point on the circumference and mark this as D. So, this is 13 degrees, and that part of the sector is oils. So, we do not have that much space to write oils, so I am just writing it outside. Then now all the 3 are over. Actually, there are 4 angles, we have completed 3. Now, once these 3 are over, what is left? 200. That means this entire angle, that is angle AOD, now which I marked it using this arc, this angle is 200 degrees. So, now you do not have to mark 200 degrees using protractor, right. So, the remaining angle is 200 degrees, which is nothing but angle DOA, and this represents angle for rice. So, let us write rice on it and color it also children. Now, this is how we construct a pie chart. Did you understand children? So, children, till now we have seen how to construct a bar graph, a double bar graph, and also a pie chart. Now, let us learn how to read these graphs, that is a double bar graph and a pie chart. Let us take some examples. So, here is a question, that is the graph represents the total enrollment of boys and girls in model school Mirdodi, right. So, the various years are given, academic years 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19 and 2019-20. Okay. So, what is that we are going to answer here? Yes, in which year is the enrollment of girls more than boys, and in which year is the enrollment of girls and boys are the same, in which year is the enrollment of girls minimum, and finally, what is the total enrollment in the year 2019-20. So, let us answer these questions children. So, the first one, enrollment of girls more than boys. So, we will calculate in which year it is more. If you notice this double bar graph, now in this case the girls, green represent girls children. If you notice here from the graph, it is very clear that green represent girls and blue for boys. So, here green, this one is the tallest one, right. This year, that is 2017 and 2018, in this academic year the enrollment of girls is more than boys. Not only that, if you notice 2019-2020, here also the green is more than the blue, that means enrollment of girls is more than boys. So, that is 2017-18, 2019-20, in both these academic years the enrollment of girls is more than boys. Let us answer the next question. In which year is the enrollment of girls and boys are same? Now take a look at this double bar graph. Now if you notice, in 2018-19, both blue and green bars are of equal height. That means the enrollment of girls and boys is same in this academic year. Okay, children. The next question, in which year is the enrollment of girls minimum? If you notice the double bar graph, the first one, that is 2016-2017, the height of the bar of green is less than blue. So in this academic year, that is 2016-17, the enrollment of girls is minimum. So the final question, the total enrollment in the year. So if you notice, in 2019-20, the enrollment is, the number of girls are 250 plus the number of boys are 240. So sum of these two is how much, children? Yes, 490. So the enrollment of the total number of boys and girls in 2019-20 is 490. So this is the information which we can conclude from this double bar graph. Now let us see for pie chart also. Take a look at this pie chart shown on your screen. It is the monthly expenditure of a family is given. Okay, children. So on which item is the expenditure minimum? On which item the expenditure is maximum? And if the monthly income of a family is 9,000, what is the expenditure on rent? Now these are the questions we need to answer using the pie chart. So the first one, more expenditure. So if you notice, in all these things, here the expenditure on education, if you notice all the angles, it is 60, which is minimum. Okay. So that means, since the angle is minimum, which means the expenditure is also minimum. So we can say that on education the expenditure is minimum. So what is the second question? On which item is the expenditure maximum? Now in this pie chart, children, which is having more angle? Yes. On food the angle is 120 degrees, which means the expenditure on food is maximum. Let us answer our third question. So the monthly expenditure is 9,000. Now we should find out how much is paying rent. Let us see. So we already learnt the angle of sector formula, that is expenditure on rent divided by total income into 360 degrees. Let us substitute these values. So expenditure on rent. So what is the angle for rent, children? 90 degrees. So 90 degrees equal to expenditure on rent by total income is 9,000 into 360. Now let us find out expenditure on rent. That is given by, on cross multiplication, 90 into 9,000 divided by this 360. Okay. On simplifying this, you will get 2,250. So this is the rent he has to pay every month. Okay, children. So children, till now we have learnt the concepts of pie chart and also the double bar graph, and we have seen some problems also. Now let us learn some more problems so that we will become perfect in drawing the bar graphs and also the pie charts. Let us start with our first problem. The following table shows the monthly expenditure of Imran's family on different items. Okay, children. Let us draw the bar graph for this data. Let us start with the solution. So first, the horizontal line and the vertical line both are perpendicular to each other, and we mark it as x and y axis. Okay, children. Then along the y axis we are going to mark the expenditure, and along the x axis we will mark the item. And in third step, what are we going to do? Yes, write down all the items, that is rent, food, education, transport and others. Then in the next step, we are going to decide or select a suitable scale on y axis. Here we are taking 1 centimeter equal to 500 rupees. So write the same on the graph sheet and mark the same on the graph. Now calculate the heights of the bars. How do we calculate? Yes, let us see. So 2500 divided by, that is 500, which is 5, then 4000 by 500, which is 8, 3000 by 500, which is 6, similarly 1500 by 500, so that is 3, and 2000 by 500, which is 4. Okay, children. Now let us draw the bars on this x axis. Okay. So first for rent, so 5 units or 2,500 rupees. We will draw a bar as shown. Again for food it is 4,000 rupees or 8 units. For education it is 3,000 or 6 units. For transport it is 1,500 rupees or 3 units, and for others it is 2,000 or 4 units. Again we will color these bars. Yes, you can see the different colors, so that our bar graph looks very attractive. Okay children, I think you have understood drawing the bar graph. So children, so with this we have come to the end of our learning the concepts as well as solving some problems. Okay children. Now let us quickly recap what we have learned in this session. So pictographs represent data using pictures of objects, and bar graphs are nothing but they are bars of uniform width which are drawn either horizontally or vertically with equal spacing between them. Okay children. And the length of the bar represents the frequency of the data. And a pie chart is nothing but a circular chart which is divided into sectors and is mainly used to present the data. And the central angle of each sector in a pie chart is proportional to the quantity that it represents. And double bar graph generally represents two observations side by side. So children, we will work out some problems also here, okay, as shown on your screen. Grades of 50 students in mathematics test is given. You need to draw a bar graph for this data. So the second problem is, a hotel collected data to compare the number of tourists who visited few places in particular months. The data is represented as shown in the table. So for this data you are going to draw a double bar graph. And final problem, 50 students in a class have voted for their favorite fruit as shown below. So different fruits are given and the children's votes are given, number of votes. Okay. You need to draw a pie chart for this data. So dear children, with this we will come to the end of our session. I hope you have learnt all the concepts clearly, and also you have learnt how to draw the graphs using these solved problems. So we will meet in our next digital session. Until then, goodbye and take care.